Hi, Jared Bruning back here again with another little tech tip or like a tool or something you can use here. Today's one is, I guess you could say a little more elementary. I think this might be something that'd be really fun in like maybe a kindergarten, first, second, third grade classroom, but I do think it is something you could probably adapt to use in upper levels as well. But I'm just kind of looking at it more from little kid viewpoint because I'm basically looking at it as, my own children, they're all 7 years old and younger, and so they really like those books to where you can like read the book and then push a button and it makes a little sound. Actually, you can create that on Google Slides. So you could have students like write their own stories and then put in their own sound effects. Or maybe you could have a story that you've already got that you could just, put on different Google Slides and then have the students record some sound effects and put them in there to kind of engage them a little bit more into the story. So let's just look at how we do this. All right. So I've got this, just three little pigs, real generic, story. And here's our first page of the story here. And so what you need to do is, I got once upon a time, there were three little pigs. So let's say I want to put in a sound effect here for three little pigs. All right, I could do a snorting sound, or in my case, I'm just going to say hooray or something like that for the pigs. Now, you can do all this within Google Drive. So if you come back to your Google Drive, it might be a good idea to have, your slide presentation open on one tab and then Google Drive on another. In Google Drive, if you come over here to New, all right, new, you got your standard stuff like docs, sheets, slides. But then if you come to more, there's a lot more things you can do here in Google Drive. And if you come down, you should see this thing that says Cloud Audio Recorder. If you don't see that, if you just search it on Google, I'm sure it'll bring up this site because it basically just links you to a site that then links back to Drive really easily. So if I click on this Cloud Audio Recorder, this is a super simple recorder just for little audio clips. All right, so all I got to do is click start, stop, and then how I want to record, how I want to save it. So I'm going to go ahead and do like a little hooray sound. Hooray! All right, so there I hit start, I hit stop when I was done, and now it's going to ask me how do I want to save it. So I want to save this as an MP3, and then it's going to ask where do I want to save it. So do I want to save it on my computer? I could play the audio recording just to hear what it sounds like, but I think it's probably okay. I could save it on my computer, but honestly, the easiest thing if I'm doing Google Slides is just simply put it in my Google Drive. And so I'm going to say I want to save it to my Google Drive. Now it'll open up this new box. Here's where I need to name it something. All right, so I'm going to name this Hooray 1 because I've already got another one in here that I did before. So anyway, I'm just going to say Hooray 1. All right, and I'm going to change the name of it. So there you can see the name changes. Also, the other important thing is select where you want to save it in your Google Drive. So it might be a good idea to have a folder already made in your Google Drive for sound effects. But I know I've got one here that is called Video Audio. Okay, I'm just going to put it in that one. And I'm going to save it there. Okay, so now I've got the name set. I got where I want to put it. And I'm going to save to my drive. All right, just takes a second, so now it's there. So now I can come back to my Google slide presentation, and I want to put in my little audio that I just recorded. So what I can do is go to Insert, click on Insert, and you can see here's this button that says Audio. So I'm going to click on Audio. Now it's going to basically automatically link back to my Google Drive, and it's going to start looking for audio. You can see it's already pulled a bunch of audio that it's found already, but it's going to pull first the first one or the newest one that's been put in your drive. Now, if it doesn't show up like this exactly, you can always just search up here. I could search for that video audio folder and find it there. All right, but here I see it says Hooray 1. So I'm going to click on that one, select it, and now you can see here's this little audio icon that's popped up. So I'm going to move it to where I want it to be in the story. All right, so there it is. So now, I could leave it just as audio, and here, if you listen, hooray! There's my little hooray that I recorded. Now, I could leave it just as this audio icon, but honestly, for kids, that's not as fun as having a picture that goes along with whatever they're reading about. So I'm going to right-click on it, and if you look down here, if you scroll down to the bottom of this big menu that opens up, here's this replace image. And so you can have, if you have a picture on your computer, you can put that on there if you have one from your drive, or I'm just going to search for one on the web. All right, so let's look for three little pigs. Oops. All right, so there it's got a bunch of different options, and I like, whoops, I know there was one that I like down here. How about this one, like little piggy banks? All right, so I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit replace, and now you'll see there's that as my little picture there. All right, so that's how you put it in. Now I'm going to do another one real quickly here just so you can kind of see again how to do the whole process. All right, so the next line says, and the time came for them to leave home. So I want to put in like a sad sound of some sort. So I'm going to come back and actually view your audio recorder is already going to be open on one of your tabs. I'm going to come back to my audio recorder. I'm going to close this one and it's going to start all over again. So I want to do a sad sound. Aww. All right, I want to save it as an MP3. I'm going to save it to my Google Drive. I want to rename it as, I've already got a couple on here, so I'm going to name it Aw2. And I want to tell Google Drive that I want to put it in my video audio folder. So I've got the name, I've got the file folder where I want it, and so I'm going to hit Save to Google Drive. And there it's done. So now I come back to my presentation, insert audio, and of course it's going to pull the newest audio that's been added to my drive. There you can see it, there it is, Aw2. I'm going to select that, move it over to right here where they leave home, and I'm going to right click on it, replace the image, go to the web, and I want to do a sad icon. So let's just go with this one right here. I'm going to replace it. And the icon should be showing up there. Oops. There it goes. All right, so the icon shows up there. So now if I go to present, so say I'm showing it to the whole class. Let's give it a second to load up here. All right, so I could start reading the story. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. Ask the kids to raise their hand who wants to come up and play the sound. They come up, hooray! And the time came for them to leave home. Aww. All right, so again, you could do all kinds of stuff with this. I think it's kind of a cool little tool. Again, you could take it further, and maybe upper grades have them, write a more in-depth story and add their own little sound effects to it, or have them actually, read their text or read different parts of their text or play different parts in maybe you could have like them write a play and they could record the parts of the play and put it into Google Slides and record their audio for the different parts, and you could do the whole play just on Google Slides. So again, kind of a cool little tool there. Hopefully it's something you can use. So thanks a lot.